morning. I am Ben Hayes, pastor of First Baptist Church, Dadeville, Alabama, bringing you our thought for the day on this Thanksgiving morning. I hope that you are having a great time with your family. I know that I am. My family's going to be with us on Thursday. Yes, I say that because I'm recording this on Monday, but I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much, but enjoy yourself and have a great day today. But if you are following along with us, we are in 2 Samuel chapter 22. And I think it's interesting that this is the first place, other than Leviticus, that talks about Thanksgiving offerings, that we find someone giving thanks to the Lord. And it's King David, of course, wouldn't you know it? Actually, it's one of the Psalms that he wrote early on in his life after he had been delivered from Saul and all of his enemies, and he was praising God. And Samuel just puts it in here at this place at the end of David's life to remind us of the kind of man that David was. And David is so thankful to the Father. Listen to what he says. He says, "Therefore I will give thanks to you, O Lord, among the Gentiles, and sing praises to your name." Because David wanted to make sure that everyone knew how good God had been to him. That's why he wrote so many psalms of praise to our Heavenly Father. But I want you to go back to the beginning of that psalm, to verse 5 of chapter 22. He says, "When the waves of death surrounded me, the floods of ungodliness made me afraid. The sorrows of Sheol surrounded me, the snares of death confronted me. In my distress I called upon the Lord and cried out to my God. He heard my voice from his temple, and my cry entered his ears." What an amazing picture of King David. An ordinary man, yes, a strong man, a warrior. But even as a warrior, he found himself afraid at times, because that's what happens. Even as you face the struggles of life and death, you find yourself fearful, because there's always somebody bigger, there's always somebody meaner, there's always somebody tougher than you that causes you to be afraid. And I know in my life, the most afraid that I've ever been was when our little Lucy was born 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago now. The moment she entered the birth canal, the meconium she inhaled into her lungs just as she came out of the birth canal, and it set up in her lungs like concrete. She didn't even hardly make a sound when she was born, and they immediately had to do CPR and intubate her. And this poor baby was on 5 different ventilators in a matter of a couple of weeks. And it was touch and go. And the doctors had called us in one day and told us that she wasn't going to make it. And I'll never forget the fear that gripped my heart, but at the same time, the faith that was there. And I began texting all of my prayer warrior friends and telling them to pray for Lucy, that things weren't going well. And within a matter of moments, God turned it around, and the doctor said, "Well, look, the numbers are improving right here, right now." Never before had I seen such power work so quickly in the life of a little child. And I could tell you story after story. They told us that she would be brain damaged, and this child is perfect. They told us that she would be deaf, and her hearing is better than yours and mine combined. So God did an amazing work in this child's life because of the fact that he is able. And that's what King David is saying. When the waves of death surrounded me, when all of those things happened, I cried out to the Lord. And you know what happens? God hears the voice of his people and he responds. Now, I know that sometimes we don't get what we ask for. I know that even now we're praying for dear friends and church family members who are struggling with cancer. And my hope is, my prayer is, my belief is that God is going to bring healing and strength. But I love that Mercy Me song where he says, "Even if you don't, I'll praise you." That's the thing. That is the promise that's here, because we know that God works all things together for our good and for his glory. And sometimes his answer to our prayers is no. But even when he does that, he walks with us through those dark valleys, and he gives us the strength to carry on. So today, let me tell you what I'm thankful for. I am thankful for my little Lucy and answered prayers. I'm thankful for my beautiful Lily and what God is doing in her life. And I'm very thankful for my fantastic Hazy Poo. Sorry, Hayes. I'm fantastic for my Hayes, who is such a blessing to me. My granddaughters are so very important to me. And I am so thankful for them. What are you thankful for today? God bless.